So, Pepper, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm really excited.
Really excited for the show tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you was recently signed to, well, I'll say recently, 4 months back, signed to Dizzee Rascal's label, Dirtee Stank Records. What's it been like getting signed, and how did you get yourself out there?
Yeah, it's been such a mental experience. I was such a huge fan of Dizzee's. I actually met him doing a music show on Sky One called Must Be Music.
Yeah.
And he was one of the judges, so that's how I met him.
Yeah. And now you've been supporting Rizzle Kicks on their forthcoming UK tour, and you're performing tonight at Shepard's Empire.
I am indeed.
And yeah, how does it feel to be a part of that?
Yeah, it's been crazy. This is like the first time that we've performed the material that we've spent the last year or so kind of working on in the studio. So it's been a wicked experience, like taking it out there and kind of seeing the feedback from the people in the audience. We've had such an amazing response to it. So yeah, it's been wicked.
Yeah.
They're really lovely guys, their team. So I couldn't have asked for a better starting.
Now, you just said that you was a really big fan of Dizzee Rascal. What was it like performing in front of him for the first time?
Oh my god, it was so nerve-wracking. I can't tell you. Like I was absolutely shitting it. It was such a terrifying experience. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, like I was more nervous about performing in front of him than I was the audience.
Yeah. Now, you also wrote an album with Nicholas Cage Denton.
Yeah.
What was that been like what was it like to, you know, kind of write people and write songs?
Yeah, it was wicked. It was a really natural process. I didn't expect it to be so easy. Cage, people who don't know, is the guy who's produced all of Dizzee's stuff. So obviously I was massively honoured to be working with him anyway, and we just clicked, like the partnership in the studio in terms of, you know, writing, and kind of obviously him on the musical side. It's just worked really well.
Yeah.
So it's been such a phenomenal experience.
Yeah. Now, what can we expect from your debut album? As you said, you're a singer as well as a songwriter. What can we expect from it?
There's a bit of all sorts there. It doesn't. Nothing, you know, it kind of all blends together well. Obviously, Cage just produced the whole album, and I've written it. And obviously, had co-writers working with me, so there's kind of a concurrent sound. But each song, none of the songs were made like the beat and whatever was there, and then I came and wrote to it. We were making it all together at the same time in the studio. So they're working on a beat or bass line or whatever while I'm writing some lyrics, and so each song was made kind of based on whatever mood we were in at the time.
Yeah.
And you know, we have conversations and pick out phrases or keywords or whatever, and that would trigger a memory about something, and then start writing, you know, about something that's happened in my past.
Yeah.
So kind of each song's almost like a little kind of story,
yeah.
A little snapshot of my life kind of thing. So it's real. You know, none of them have been, you know, just made up from nothing. They're all based on something.
Usually, a lot of artists say that their debut album and their first album is the easiest to kind of write because they've had all that time to kind of prepare.
Yeah.
They haven't had the deadlines as much. Do you feel the same?
Well, no, because obviously the previous to that, I mean, I had been writing, but probably not really seriously, and certainly not in this style. Obviously, before I'd been writing kind of much more kind of soulful, kind of funky, kind of really kind of acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
And this is such a far cry from that. So this material was written. We wrote the bulk of the album in a 2-week period when I first signed to Dirtee Stank last year. So it wasn't, you know, a body of work that I'd been working on for ages. There was only one song on the whole album I'd written prior to signing to the label.
Exclusives?
Any exclusives? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to know?
What are you going to call it?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know. I do have a few ideas, but I'll keep them to myself for now.
Yeah. Right. What do you do in your spare time? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Obviously love to chill out with my friends. I love to shop. I'm a bit of a shoe fetish. love, yeah, shopping. I don't know, I'm a proper girly girl. I love hanging out with my friends, going shopping. Yeah, got it all going on, got my hair.
Dotted socks.
Don't point out the socks, they can't see the socks. They were being well hidden up until that moment. I'm wearing really glamorous shoes, they're really high.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Oh God. Like to laugh. Like to laugh.
Like to laugh.
Yeah, I would have been the 4th word, so it's just like to laugh.
Like to laugh. Yeah. Alright, lastly, we want to know who's your biggest musical influence and why?
I'd probably say Lauryn Hill. She was a huge influence to me, lyrically and obviously vocally. I just think she's just stunning, and she was such a huge influence to me as, when I was younger, and I just really connect with a lot of her lyrics, and I think that kind of inspired me as a child to explore songwriting.
Do you find an influence is someone that you can kind of relate to?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's either someone that you can relate to, or someone that you look up to and you admire as a positive role model. Or so for me, it was she just inspired me so much in her lyrical, the way she wrote, and it was so real, and you really get that raw, that rawness as she's singing it, and that really kind of struck a chord in me. You kind of think too, I want to be able to touch people like that too.
Now, is your songwriting not affected? Like, do you kind of, does she help you in your songwriting, like, as being an influence?
I don't know. I guess it's not really something I've thought about. I mean, obviously, like I say, it was one of my inspirations to start writing in the first place. And listen to the way she wrote about certain things in her life, and I kind of think, maybe it would help me getting certain things down on paper. Yeah, exactly. In terms of what I'm writing about, or like my style of writing, I don't know, but it's not something I'd ever thought about before. Perhaps this is something I will consider the next time I put pen to paper.
Well, have a great show, and
thank you. Thank you very much.